guys, Pablo with Real Street Performance here. Today we are with Herman from Platinum Racing Products, all the way from Australia. So last week you guys might have seen a little snippet. We were at TX2K in Texas, and now he has ventured here to Florida. And he figured he'd stop by a little bit, talk a little shop, and look at some products that they brought over as well. So without further ado, Herman, welcome to Florida.
G'day, mate. How are you?
How you liking the weather so far?
Yeah, it's awesome.
Okay.
It's better than it was in Texas because it was like really wet. Like out of the 6 days we were there, I think rain ruined 4 of them.
That wasn't great. But cars got down, the event went well, and it got finished up.
Yeah, it was good.
Thank you for coming by. We want to talk a little bit first about Platinum Racing Products, PRP. How long ago has that been in the making, and where are you at now with it?
Well, in the making, I started off doing imports, Japanese imports, JDM stuff in the late 90s.
Okay.
And then that ventured into engine dyno, tuning, more car importing and engine building, all that sort of stuff.
Cool.
So then that's where the first couple of Platinum products were made just out of necessity, an engine brace and a cast bracket just because it was cool. So then I sort of left that and went into car conversions, American trucks and sports cars, and I tried a few other things and went very, very well broke a couple of times doing some different stuff. So then I just decided, you know what, I really love the RB engine. I loved making stuff. I love building engines. I'm just going to try and do something like that again. And yeah, I went into manufacturing full-time. PRP was 2018, but I was outsourcing parts, or manufacturer anyway, with a couple of local shops. And I think 2020, I bought my first small little lathe, $20,000 lathe. And yeah, here we are, not all that many years later.
Taking off quite a bit, right?
Yeah, it's going okay.
Man, I think it's pretty easy to recognize some of the PRP products at the racetrack. Whenever you're walking by an engine bay or anything, you see that bright anodized product just really pop out. What's the whole idea behind the anodizing?
It's as loud
and everything?
as my shorts, right? It's like,
We got a couple of Buc-ee's in a real American fashion.
I found my shorts in Buc-ee's. It's like, that was awesome.
Right. I think it's fantastic. If you've seen Herman at the racetrack, he always has the most recognizable set of shorts, so it's fantastic to see in person always. In front of us we have one of the products that you've recently brought to market, right? Is this the 2JZ oil pump?
It's a 2JZ oil pump.
2JZ, when in Rome. 2JZ oil pump gears.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk a little bit about the development behind that?
Look, the standard gear in oil pumps, sort of 2 years old, seems to have started just breaking all of a sudden.
Okay.
So I don't know when Toyota changed the cocktail of what happens within this sintered gear, but it now resembles an RB oil pump gear, and they just shatter all the time without notice, and it usually hurts an engine in a big way.
Of course.
So we decided to start developing a new billet oil pump gear set, which is obviously a lot better quality. And we're talking, it's an EN36 high-grade tool steel type billet, and they're nicely polished and isotropic treated, and it's a good set of gears. You're not going to be able to break them. There's nothing wrong with the JZ spline. It works really well. I mean, we mimic that for the RB to get that reliable. So we didn't change any of the physical aspects of the gear. We just made a stronger quality billet gear, which now stops exploding.
Yeah. So someone at home that's looking to directly upgrade their OEM style oil pump can just bolt those out, bolt these on without any additional modification.
Nothing, yeah. I mean, the Toyota oil pump was always a great unit. And I've seen people run 1,000, 1,500 horsepower. Arguably at some point you want to go dry sump, but for the people that are running that, the last thing you want is a broken gear. It can cause a pretty unhappy day pretty quickly if you break an oil pump, you know?
Yeah, that would suck. It would definitely suck.
It actually pushes out on the housing and smashes the, you know, the back end of the housing as well. All of that just lets go, and yeah, it's boring.
Not a good time. Definitely not. What other products on the PRP line do you feel are very, very important that somebody should look into? What's one of your favorite products that you have?
Well, in general with the RB.
In general, sure.
Well, our billet four-wheel drive integrated dry sump with the detachable diff. So you can have a diff side service, remove the diff track side, I should say. Integrated daily engineering pump. It's got all the 6 stages with the oil air separator. That thing is just saving lives in Australia. It's great.
Right. That market's huge over there. And we spoke a little bit last week when we did the quick interview at Texas 2K. Your bringing in cast blocks, brand new cast blocks with much more rigidity to them over the OEM counterpart into the market, I think that's going to explode the amount of ability to enter that market. What do you feel the RB path is from here moving forward?
Well, and blocks and heads have been the biggest problem for a while with the RB block setup. So you can't really buy a new head anymore, and blocks, I don't think even the heritage ones are available, and if they are, they're not awesome to work with because it's not a new block, it's the old molds, and the deck's still thin, and they still have all the inherent issues we were having with all of the older blocks. It's just a new casting that doesn't seem to have been seasoned, and you warm it up a few times and the deck starts to warp, and it's just not a good alternative. So we've put a lot of time and effort into perfecting our casting process and machining process to have a feasible block that you can go and make 1, 2, 3,000 potential horsepower with, and not have headaches of other scenarios trying to get around keeping your bottom end together.
Right, which is extremely important because you don't want to have your internals external. So that's never a great day. Rapid disassembly is a lot worse than a rapid assembly. So that's good, that's fantastic. Where do you see PRP in the next couple of years? I think that'll be a wrap-up question for us.
Well, I mean, we're obviously hitting the JZ market hard. As well as the Evo platform, but moving out into America now, we're here, 6 or 7 times a year with SEMA and PRI and TX2K GTR Festival. Obviously, that's a really big thing for us. So we're spending a lot more time on the ground, and we're having a good time with it. And there's a really strong market, a lot of people, a lot of cars, and ultimately there's just not enough RBs racing competitively. So we hope to change that, bring some RBs, show them off, let everyone hear it, experience it, beat a few JZs in the interim, and hopefully we can create a bit of a war between them and everyone's having fun and racing.
Friendly competition always, friendly competition. I love it, I think it's fantastic. Guys, if you want to see more information on these PRP products, please check the socials. We'll leave them down linked in the description down below. And if you have any questions, like always, leave them in the comment section and we'll get back to them as soon as we can. Thanks for watching and we'll see you on the next video.
Thanks, guys.
So why do you say 2JZ?
It's a 2JZ.